We're now talking to former Dolphins and Giants cornerback Tony Lippett. Tony, what's up, man?
What's happening? What's happening, man? Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Absolutely, man. I know you're a very busy guy. And how are you and your family doing from the COVID situation? Has anybody in your household had COVID?
No, nobody in my household has had COVID. Everybody doing the best they can do. You know, that was an unfortunate situation. It was something totally different that we probably never experienced before in this lifetime. So everybody just did the best they could do. You know, stay out the way and protect their health and all that. So, but everybody good though. Can't complain.
Fantastic, fantastic. So why don't we get into your career? And you had a very interesting career. You played in the AFC East. You also played in the NFC East. What was it like playing for two different divisions that are very well respected in the NFL world?
It was pretty dope, man. The first division I played with, shout out to the Miami Dolphins for drafting me. Appreciate y'all. But we played with against the Bills, obviously the Jets, and obviously, you know, Tom Brady and the Patriots when they was doing their thing. So that was kind of like the Patriots division at that time. But I got a couple wins versus the Patriots. You know, when they just come to Miami, it was kind of tough when they came to Miami to play. So got a win or two, I think, against Tom Brady, and maybe a win or two versus. Played against the Bills a couple of times as well. So, but yeah, both two competitive divisions, cold weather divisions, good quarterback divisions. NFC East, that was a pretty that's big running backs, historic organizations. You got the Cowboys, you got the Eagles, you got the Giants, and at that time you had the Redskins. So that was four historical teams to play for. Especially playing for the Giants, shout out to them as well. That's one of the best franchises I've played on, at least been a part of. So, pretty interesting, man. Pretty dope. Pretty great experiences playing for those organizations.
Well, you're very lucky because you have a Giants fan over there. Speedy is a Giant fan. I am a Jet fan. And yes, you, as a Dolphin player, you probably whipped the Jets' ass a couple of times because the New York Jets, for some reason, could never get over the hump against the Dolphins. It's always been a problem. It's either the Dolphins or the Patriots. They did beat the Buffalo Bills a couple of times, but they never had any luck against the Dolphins.
But not when the season was on the line.
That's true, too.
Rex Ryan, let him have it.
Please.
I know both of y'all are pretty excited, though. You got both of the New York teams playing pretty well right now, so I know y'all are ecstatic about that.
We can only hope that Zach Wilson's the real deal. If he is, we'll be very, very happy. If he isn't, we have to go to plan C and D, which I don't know where that is. So, I might be lost. Maybe the
pieces around them is pretty competitive.
Oh, fantastic.
They got some good pieces around them.
100%. That the Jets have one of the best young teams in the NFL. There's no question.
Yeah,
we are talking. Definitely. We are talking to former Dolphins and Giants cornerback Tony Lippett.
So I want to ask, because you played with both of them, two very close friends in the league, and that's Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. What were they like as teammates?
I play with Jarvis the more. I played with him for 3.5 years, 4 years. Great guy, great teammate, great dude, competitive guy, like competitive in practice all the time. You know, great dude. Playmaker. Both of them are definitely dynamic playmakers. Played with Odell for half a season, probably I think like 10 games. Pretty good dude. Both like athletically, like they're probably one of the most athletic wide receivers you've seen. Both hard working guys, can definitely run routes, and they were just definitely ecstatic to be around. Fun guys to be around. Energy high, big personalities. Yeah, it was definitely good to be around both of them. Both great guys, still in the league doing their thing. Odell wouldn't have messed up his knee last year. He would have won a Super Bowl MVP in my eyes. He gonna come back this year and dominate and do his thing, I feel. And Jarvis was with the Saints right now. I think he's been injured for the last few games,
he's missed the last 2 weeks. Yeah,
but starting off this season, he definitely had a great start with the Saints this year. So I'm sure he's ramping up his body, getting his things back together. Though I'm sure you're gonna see some great things from them for the rest of their careers for sure.
Who do you think was better to play against at practice?
Better, I would say. Jarvis. I'll say Jarvis because I went against him. When I got to the Giants, like it was kind of in season, so we competed against each other, but it wasn't like competition. But I've been through training camps and OTAs with Jarvis, and like even just like competing in just like regular drills and things like that. So we have been like in some great battles, you know. So I'll definitely say Jarvis, and he's a hard practice guy too. Like these are two guys that show up to practice like ready to play like it's a game. So.
I've talked to NFL players, and a lot of people, when I've tried to compare Jarvis Landry to Odell Beckham, a lot of them have told me that they believe that Jarvis Landry was the better player. It's crazy to say that, but I mean, Odell Beckham, he was very. He was very fly when he stepped on the court, stepped on the field. Jarvis was, he was fly, but he was more, like he was all about winning. Odell was all about, Odell's numbers, get his numbers up and do what he does best. Jarvis was all about like, I want to win ball games. I want to go out there and win. So, and that's the difference, I think. And I'm not saying that Odell Beckham didn't want to win. I'm saying that when I spoke to different players that have played for both guys, both of them, I think I've spoken to at least 4 players that played with both guys. Each and every one of them told me that Jarvis Landry was more of the prototypical leader. When you wanted to go to somebody, you wanted to talk to somebody, he was the leader. He was the guy that would always push you to be the best player on the field. Odell Beckham was more like, I want to be flashy. I want to get, my 100 yards, my 2 touchdowns, and make that unbelievable catch that's going to shut people up and put me on SportsCenter every single night,
Or he ended Josh Norman's career, too.
That's true, too. Yeah, that's true,
no,
too.
they both great in their own ways. I'm saying Odell's like a 3-point shooter, like
right.
3-point shooter, fast break. He's an electric player. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying like Jarvis not an electric player, but Odell's definitely like an electric player, like electric. Okay, let's just like this. Let's just go to track. Odell is a 100-yard sprinter.
I got you.
Like one of the best 100-yard sprinters. Jarvis is that 200, that 400, that where it takes a lot of grit, a lot of grind, a lot of anger, a lot of passion, to like finish the last leg coming around the 300 meters, and you got to finish the last 4 legs. That's Jarvis. Like he's that type of guy, that glue guy, great leader, great player, great dude. And Odell is speed, great dude. Great leader from what I've seen. Great leader. People follow him. He definitely has a big personality. People follow him. But he's that guy that's in 100. He's that guy that's in a 100-yard meter and he's taking off, and he might look back at you, because he didn't beat everybody. So if that makes sense as far as the track analogy right there.
I love messing around because Odell Beckham is on his way back, and a lot of people think he could go back to the Giants. By the way, we are talking to former Dolphins and Giants cornerback Tony Lippett. Fantastic personality, as you can see. And we were talking about Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. But I do believe Odell Beckham will be back very, very soon. And I think it could be, if the Giants keep playing the way they are, the Giants need a star wide receiver. And why not bring a guy like Odell Beckham back over there to take that team to higher? And being that the Giants need a weapon like that, wouldn't that be crazy for him to come back? The New York Giant fans would absolutely relish that, seeing him step up on the football field again. The fantastic ability that he's put out there, Mr. number 13, if I'm not mistaken. Number 13 on that field again.
So you say he should go to the Giants like this year when he come back?
Yes, I do. I think that would be great.
They got a solid team for sure. So you saying, okay, when he come back, he should go straight to the Giants. He shouldn't go to no other team. He shouldn't go back to L.A. He shouldn't go back to Cleveland when Deshaun Watson get back.
No.
He shouldn't go to the Bills. I've been hearing that float around. He shouldn't go to the Vikings. No. He shouldn't go to the Chiefs.
No. Here's the thing. The Chiefs just made a trade for
Kadarius Toney.
Yeah. So Kadarius Toney is there, and that's what they're going to use as their number one guy. And
you think so?
Yes, I do. I like Hardman. I do. I like what we've seen. A couple of games here and a couple of games there, but he's not the full guy, the guy that's going to go out there and catch 10 grabs a game. Yeah. I think Odell Beckham, and he's not going to the Rams because the Rams might not even make the playoffs. Why would he go back to the Rams if they're not making the playoffs? The Giants have a chance right now, being that he has been at the practices. He's obviously there's a linebacker that they brought back, and everybody knows who I'm talking about, Mr. Collins. They bring him back. So why not bring Odell Beckham back, where you are 6-2 right now? You have a chance with your schedule as easy as it is. You don't have to sign a 4 or 5 year deal right now. Go back to the Giants, help the Giants get into the playoffs, and maybe surprise a lot of people because that NFC is absolutely horrendous. So this has an opportunity for a team that nobody thought the Giants were any good this year. And do they have a lot of talent right now? Honestly, they're probably the least talented team in that division. But because of their coach and their belief on what they're doing on the field, it doesn't matter win or lose going into the final quarter, winning or losing, they'll find a way to win that game. Seattle was the first team that figured them out. They should have won that Cowboys game. The Giants should have won that game. So that Seattle was the only team that really outplayed the Giants in the fourth quarter. Especially, look at the numbers Daniel Jones has in the fourth quarter. The best in football right now. Really, it's unbelievable. And all the Giant fans that hated that guy, I mean, ridiculous. Everybody hates everybody. Just like the Jet fans want to throw Zach Wilson out. He's 4-1 coming back, and because he threw 355 yards and 3 interceptions, a.k.a. Josh Allen threw on Sunday night. Was it Sunday? It was Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
He threw, what did he have? 210 yards, 2 interceptions, and he barely beat the Green Bay Packers, the same Green Bay Packers that the Jets whipped a couple weeks ago. So what does that tell you? Oh, but they're not throwing Josh Allen away. Nobody wants to give up on Josh Allen. But everybody, all the New York fans, get rid of him. He sucks. Bring Mike White in. Bring the plumber in. Give me a break. I mean, as a Jet fan, I want to throw the hell up, okay? I don't know about you. You're watching the game. Am I wrong or right on this?
They definitely be at them. They be at them. You know, they don't give a lot of quarterbacks their time to develop. I mean, you have guys come in like Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens, the Herberts, I can name a few of them, and they just click so early. Now they want to see the guys click real early. Like, if this was 10 years ago, some of these quarterbacks would be able to, you know, develop and be able to manage the game and not have the game totally rely on them. But they see some of these guys come in and with these electric arms and electric decision making, and Mahomes that went to the Super Bowl 2 times, 2 or 3 times in like his first couple years. Yep. They want that now. They want the quarterback to win the games now. They want you to win now, and they just need to give people some time. You know, I know these organizations be wanting guys to come in ready, and the team is ready around them, so it's going to happen. But a lot of these quarterbacks need time to develop. That starts with coaching, that starts with the team, that starts with the wide receivers, and that starts with them just gaining the experience. That's something we don't talk about enough. Like, you need experience, you need game experience, not just practice, not just these other things. You need that experience, and it's going to happen. Maybe it take 2 or 3 years. Maybe it take 4. I know they be wanting to pay them in year 3 now, in year 4. And
if it takes 4 years, he'll be gone.
Yeah, like it's like the portal now for real.
Yeah, what are you kidding me? The Jet fans will tie him up and push him off a bridge.